above the misty peaks of ancient Japan, where the sun first touches the land and shadows shrink in reverence, a radiant goddess stirs. She is not merely light. She is life, authority, illumination incarnate. Today, we journey into the radiant legend of Amaterasu Omikami, the goddess who brings light to heaven and earth, who shaped a nation's soul, and whose blood runs in the veins of emperors. In the beginning there was chaos, a swirling ocean of primordial elements. From this, the first gods emerged, ethereal beings of the heavens. Among them were Izanagi and Izanami, the divine couple tasked with creating the Japanese islands. With a jeweled spear, they stirred the formless sea, and from its droplets arose land. With time, gods were born, gods of wind, sea, mountain, fire, and more. But when Izanami died, giving birth to the fire god, her grief-stricken husband, Izanagi, sought to retrieve her from the underworld. That journey failed, and so, upon his return, Izanagi performed a ritual of purification. As he washed his face in the sacred river, from his left eye came Amaterasu, goddess of the sun. From his right eye came Tsukuyami, god of the moon. From his nose came Susanoo, god of storms and the sea. Each divine child represented a cosmic force, day, night, and storm. But it was Amaterasu, born in radiance, whose brilliance outshone the rest. Amaterasu was given dominion over Takamagara, the high plane of heaven, the celestial realm where the gods dwelled. Her presence lit the heavens, the earth, and all that lay between. To the early Japanese, she was more than a goddess. She was the sun itself, the giver of order, harmony, and warmth. She wore garments woven by divine maidens, adorned with mirrors and golden thread. Her brilliance was blinding, yet benevolent. Under her gaze, crops grew, seas calmed, and time moved forward. Festivals were held in her honor. Prayers ascended with the morning sun. But like all myths, her story is not without shadows. Her brother Susanoo, the storm god, wild and impulsive, was banished from the heavens for his reckless behavior. But before leaving, he ascended to Takamagara to bid farewell. What followed was no peaceful goodbye. Susanoo, in a fit of destructive grief, tore through the heavenly realm. He trampled rice fields, defiled sacred halls, and in a moment of unforgivable cruelty, threw a flayed horse into Amaterasu's weaving hall, killing one of her maidens. Horrified, grieving, betrayed, Amaterasu fled. She withdrew into the Ama-no-Iwato, the celestial rock cave, sealing herself within. And with her absence, darkness fell upon both heaven and earth. The sun vanished, crops failed, beasts roamed free, the kami panicked, the world shivered under an eternal twilight. This was the cost of losing the light, a universe out of balance, a divine retreat that threatened to collapse reality itself. To restore order, the gods assembled outside her cave. They devised a plan not of force but of joy. They hung a mirror on a sacred tree, adorned it with beautiful jewels, and invited Ama-no-Iwato, the goddess of laughter and dawn, to perform. And perform she did. To drums and cheers, Iwato danced wildly, lewdly, stamping her feet and causing the heavens to roar with laughter. The divine audience howled in delight, and inside the cave, Amaterasu, curious, was drawn to the commotion.
"What causes such joy?"
she asked. The gods replied,
"A goddess even more radiant than you has arrived."
Intrigued, she peeked out and saw herself in the mirror, gleaming with celestial beauty. As she stepped forward, entranced, the strong god Ama-no-Iwato pulled her fully out. At that moment, another god sealed the cave behind her with a sacred rope, and thus light returned. The world rejoiced, the balance restored. But Amaterasu had changed. She emerged not just as the light of the sky, but as the embodiment of sovereignty, self-awareness, and divine leadership. She gave the mirror to her descendants, saying,
"Regard this mirror as my soul. Worship it as if you were looking upon me."
This mirror, along with a sacred jewel and sword, became the imperial regalia of Japan, symbols of divine right and eternal lineage. 4. From Amaterasu's line, the Yamato emperors claimed descent. Even today, the Japanese emperor traces his ancestry to the Sun Goddess, a living echo of divine light. Amaterasu is not a goddess of war or conquest. She is not a figure of rage or jealousy. She is dignity, presence. She is the light that hides, only to remind us of its value when it returns. To the Japanese, she is the mother of the nation, the cosmic matriarch, the balance between humility and power, between retreat and revelation. Even the brightest must sometimes withdraw, and in their absence, the world remembers why they matter. This is Amaterasu. Thanks for watching.